Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here today to do an In Love Arts collaboration. They were kind enough to send me some new things to play with and talk to you guys about. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year coming up. Sorry, I can't think of what to say today for some reason. You can probably tell by my voice, I have a cold, and so I have a throat lozenge in my mouth, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to come on today and show you these cool, fun things that I got. So, In Love Arts Shop, okay? That's what it's called. InLoveArtShop.com. And they have some really cool things. So I got these lovely dies. This one is like a little pocket, but you can also turn it into like, you know, a journal. And it has this lattice page that also has the holes. So you could either tie it or put eyelets in there. You could probably do rings if you found some small rings, but I used it a little different, and I'll show you guys what I did with it. And then this border, you know, for your pages. Sorry, there's little pieces of paper stuck in there. I did punch these because I wanted you guys to see what they look like. And then it has kind of this brick or another sort of lattice piece that you can put along the edge, or, you know, just along the edge of your journal page, however you want to do it, or just as a little decoration. And then this frame, which was fun. So these are all separate pieces here. And then I also got this fun doily one. I punched this on a different day, so that's why it's still in the bag. But they all come bagged, wrapped in some nice foam so that they don't bend in shipment. So they do a good job of packaging your items. And then these two snowflake or icy sort of looking frames. So these are super fun. I will be honest with this one. I punched it out, and you can see I ran it through a couple of times because a lot of these really intricate ones are hard to get out of the die or hard to separate from the piece of paper that they're in. I punched them in this really kind of, it's not that it's super thick, but it's kind of cottony paper, and I'll talk about this in a minute. And so they were a little bit hard to get out, so just be careful when you're taking them out. And I'm sure if you ran it through a couple of times on other types of paper, it would probably pop out just fine. It's just this paper is a little cottony, but I did want to let you guys know that these little pieces do want to stick in a couple places, but it's not horrible. I've had dies where I can't even separate them from the paper at all. So that's the only issue I've had with any of these dies. All the rest of them, you know, popped apart, popped out, all that without much problem. I mean, this one's super intricate, so you do have to use the little holes to pop it out that they give you, like to stick a little pokey tool in, you know, you stick them in the holes and that helps pop it out. But that's pretty normal with something like that because it is so intricate that it just can be tricky to get out. But that is the only problem that I've had with any of the dies that I've gotten from them, and I've gotten quite a few. So I would say they have really nice dies that work very well. So I'll show you. So for this frame, it cuts out like this. So you can use that part. And the negative of this is probably not super exciting for anything. But, you know, this is really cool. And you could probably snip these little spots if you wanted to, if you just wanted this outside portion of the frame, or you could put another type of piece of paper in there, something like that. You could do all kinds of things with that, so that's super fun. And then the snowflake edged sort of one that I showed you, I only punched the small one. I didn't do the big one because the journal that I'm making is for my design team project for Wondubar Crafts, and it's that mini journal. So this large one was too big, but I'll be using it in weeks coming up. But here's the little part that punches out, and this is the negative, which is what I'm going to use today. And we're going to do something more to this little booklet or pocket, whatever. So this fancy doily looking one is super lacy when it punches out, really pretty. I just think that would look so neat, you know, like on the edge of your page or whatever, or you could put another piece of paper underneath it and make it a pocket. So lots of things to do with that. And then this one I punched out and I cut it down to fit the journal that I'm working on. But I you know, you can do the edge of your page, you know, to have like this as the edge of your page. So this does not cut along this edge. It just cuts the sides and along this edge. So it is meant like for the edge of the page, but all I did was cut, this is a piece of Edith Holden like index, you know, the ones that you don't have the pretty pictures, but I love the writing. So, and it kind of ends up looking like lace, like this. So I went ahead and cut that out of that, and then I just tore it down the side so that it was the size that I wanted. And then I took a piece, that's what the lattices, this one cuts out like, so that it can go along this part right here. So that's what those two pieces are like. And then this little pocket booklet, however you want to use it, looks like this. I folded this side over, excuse me, because I want to kind of use it more like a flip thing. But you know, you can definitely keep that edge out and bind it into a book or something like that, because it does have holes that come there. And then this, you just fold up the sides and fold it over, and then your little tab can stick out the side of your page, and you can, like, you know, hang a little charm off of it or something like that. And then this is the lattice page that cuts out, and again I cut that out of Edith Holden index. So I thought that might be kind of fun to turn into a pocket on this part of this. So I'm just using them differently. I'm just showing you some things you can do if you don't want to like try to make a whole booklet or whatever just out of this. So that is what those are. So these dies, super awesome. InLoveArtsShop.com. And just remember, if you don't want to fiddle with trying to get these out, and I'll let you know coming up if different types of paper punch out easier. I'm assuming it probably will, because this paper is very like fibrous almost, or cottony feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. And so I think it's just harder for these to cut because it's a little bit thicker and softer type paper. So I'm thinking that's what the issue was. I don't think it'll be a big deal, but I just want to make sure I let you know, because I don't want you to get it and be like, why didn't you tell us that, you know, those were hard to get out or whatever. And it wasn't awful. I've had some, like I said, that won't even separate from the paper at all. Like it just will not cut that all the way through. And it definitely cut it all the way through. There were just a couple little tiny spots where it caught, so you can snip them with scissors. All right, so what I got for Christmas, this is kind of going to be a hodgepodge of a video, because there's lots of things I kind of want to talk to you guys and show you. And we'll work on this in a minute. But my niece, I can't remember if I've showed these before, she made me some coffee dyed ones of these, and she gets these at work. And they're kind of like little filter things. I don't totally even know, because I don't do her kind of work. So anyway, she has cabbage dyed these blue ones, and that's what I used for this, was the cabbage dye. And so because it's kind of like, you know, it's a filter, it is a fibrous, porous type paper. So the air has to be able to go through these. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's what the issue is with the cutting, not the dyes themselves. But I just want to tell you guys. So these ones are cabbage dyed, which, you know, we all have seen probably before, but it's just super cool. This was a gift that she gave me. And I thought, what an awesome gift from, you know, because she's getting married in June. She doesn't have tons of stuff. So just an amazing, thoughtful, kind gift to make some things for me. And that's the kind of gifts that I really love getting. So anyway, this is the cabbage dye. Isn't that awesome? It looks like ice. I think it's so cool. And then she did, I wrote all these down, but I know this one's turmeric. So yeah, she wrote it on here. There's turmeric dye. So that turned cool. And she had some rust in her pan. So you'll see spots where there's kind of rust. And I think this one has it. Or maybe it's not that one. I don't know. Anyway, some of them have rust. You can tell that there was rust in the pan. The pan she uses has a little rust in it. She didn't add rust to it. It's just the pan has a little bit of rust in it. And so it's, you know, making different effects. Because this is avocado dye. And you know, if you've seen Denise's avocado dye, it's a lot more like pink or rosy, and this has come out a lot dustier, and you can see the rust in certain spots, and even almost burnt looking, which is kind of cool. Like, look at that. So that's avocado dye with the rest, and it's given it, it makes that black effect too. So that's what's causing that. I'm sorry about my throat, guys. I apologize. And then this is pomegranate dye. So she said when she first dipped these, the liquid was kind of a pink color, and so she assumed that's how these were going to come out. It was the skins of the pomegranate. But it ended up drying this kind of golden yellow color. So I thought that was really cool. And this is, I think this is more of the avocado that ended up, or no, this is pomegranate too, yeah. So that's the parts of the pomegranate that got really dark. And like, you know, they obviously got more of the, took more of the rest or whatever. But this paper is super porous. Like, look at that. It looks like somebody caught it on fire. But it's not. It's just the dye with the rest. And then this is the one she wrote on, avocado and pomegranate. I made her do that because I'm such a ding-dong, so when I get doing videos, I can't remember stuff like that sometimes. So we're going to use some of that paper. Like I said, I cut those out of that. She gave me all kinds of other goodies too, but I'm not going to get into that at the moment. She did kind of a little Happy Mail packet for me. And she even made me some cute little beads. See, she gave me all these little doodads. I guess I am going to show you. I just don't want you to be like, oh my gosh. So, I'll show you these charms that she made me. Little, all different, like, already done, so all I have to do is hang them, you know, on charms, which I told her is awesome because I just don't have beading stuff, and it's just not really my interest. So it was awesome of her to do this because I love how they look on journals. I just, you know, I don't do that. So anyway, she made me all these little doodads. And you're probably noticing that this is, a bead went flying somewhere. This is different. My husband got me this awesome Tim Holtz tonic cutting board, or, you know, work mat. So it's awesome already. I did glue over here this morning and was doing some stamping to make that kind of icy paper that we've made. Like this, using glitter and the stamps and glue. I have a video on that. So instead of doing the whole sponge thing though, I just put it over here on this mat and then I just cleaned the mat off. So that was an awesome way to do it. Worked great. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll work on this one. So let's get the ice in here. So I'm just working on things for this journal. I can't remember if I showed you guys. I did bind it, you know, put it in the binding and sewed all the signatures in. There's 3. So yeah, it's all in there. And then this is the spine that Denise did. It's a snippet roll, and I just added it to the spine. I stitched it onto this lace first, this little piece of lace that's here, and then just attached it all onto the spine there. So it's getting there. We're just doing some ephemera now. I think I do it backwards because it seems like a lot of people who are smart probably do the ephemera and then make the journal, so at the end they just have to like fill it. But you know, well, and it worked out awesome because I got these from In Love Arts and Crafts, and so then I could, you know, make some neat new kind of things. So I'm just going to cut this out because if I put it in my cutter, I'm going to knock off a whole bunch of glitter everywhere. I mean, I'm still going to knock off glitter, but hopefully it won't be quite as bad. And we're just going to glue this to the back of that so that we have a nice little window. And I will probably add a little more glitter to the edges of that, but I inked it and everything. So I think this is a super fun little pocket to add to your journal. So I'm going to do something like that. So let me just try to get this straighter. Yeah, I should have known with all the ear, or you know, sinus type problems I was having that I was getting sick. because that's just what I do. And you guys are so awesome giving me ideas. I've tried like a million things, but I have not tried liquid silver. Somebody was telling me to try liquid silver, and I need to do that. But you know, where I work, it's just almost impossible not to get sick at some point. And I've actually come this far into the year, which is fairly amazing, without getting sick. So I'm kind of feeling lucky at this point. So I'm going to glue it to where it's kind of further down this way. So hopefully I'll see more snowflakes rather than less snowflakes. And let's get this, and I need a glue book. My kids did a last minute project on my table and so I just kind of took all my stuff and put it over on my other table. Kind of rummy-dummy out of it today too, sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys all had an awesome Christmas. It was lovely. We don't have a very big family, so it was just our family of 4, and then my sister and her daughter came over for a bit, and her daughter's fiance, and then my mother and father-in-law for dinner and everything. So it was super fun to hang out with everybody and give gifts, and I got some very lovely things. I feel spoiled. I got some new tools that you guys will be seeing that, you know, I know a lot of people already have. Like, finally got a scoring board, and then one of those Tim Holtz stamp boards that you can keep the stamp in one spot, you know, and keep stamping if your image isn't coming out the way that you want it to, or layering, or, you know, whatever. So that is amazing. And my awesome cutting board here, or media board, whatever you want to call it, work mat. My husband got me a cool drawing tablet to hook to the computer to maybe, you know, kind of aid in making digis. So we're going to try to do some stuff with that you'll see coming up, hopefully, if I can figure it out. I, of course, have my tech people, so my tech support with my son and my husband, so hopefully we can get that all figured out. And hopefully I get rid of this junk soon, because I do not like being sick. Nobody's got time for that. And I'm kind of trying to push it like away, so hopefully it's going to be interesting with this. But like I said, I'm going to add some glitter, so I don't think it'll be horrible. And I need a little more glue under here. Just want to make sure those edges stay down so that I don't have, I think that one's down, it catching on everything. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I was going to do the big icy piece, but I kind of just like a little, because the card that I'm going to put in there, or tag, I think would look better. So I'm just going to add some bits of glitter, or, you know, glue, and then add some glitter here, just so it looks, you know, all icy around the edges. My kids got me some awesome mixing bowls that I wanted. I was excited about that. Kids. And the best thing is they got all A's this semester, so I'm stoked for that. That's the best gift ever. Put a little glitter on there. That is definitely an advantage with that art glitter glue, is how well, how small of a, you know, like line or whatever you can make with it. there's that. So that's going to look nice and icy going in there. Let's see if we can get this glitter back in here. I probably should have done it on just a piece of paper, but hopefully we're going to try. I think that worked. I got a little on there, but not too bad. There's no way not to get some on there, I'll tell you. Okay. So I'm going to move that glitter paper. So hopefully I don't make any more messes. And we'll close this up now. And I just made it, you know, just kind of like a, you know, any of these pockets with, I scored it along here, and then just cut those edges so that they'll fold over the top nice. Oh, you know what? I'm such a ding-dong. That has wet glue, Amy. So I'm just going to put glue along these edges. These edges here. I can't believe how blue that cabbage dye is. It's so crazy. And then the little few white spots. It really looks icy and cool. Just be much smarter than me and do this when it's dry. Or, well, you can't really do it first. I guess I could have done it right after I put in the vellum. That would have been smarter, huh? And then done the glitter. My brain is not firing on all cylinders today. There's a little pocket, and I'm going to let that dry, and we can play with something else. I'm going to have to wipe this off because I made a mess. About that. Had this sitting here from cleaning up glue. Right, so now that that's done, let's find a spot for this. I think I'll ink it a little. Yeah, I think you could definitely do some like fun stuff, but it's super pretty by itself, and it would look pretty just in white, you know, like a doily or something, or in like a creamy type color. I just did this out of this kind of greeny blue because there's a lot of that in these papers. See here. So we have that there, and that one there, so maybe we should go further back because I don't think there's as much stuff back here. Oh, there is that pocket. On that. See, I just think it would be neat as a tuck, but I almost think you have to add something else to it because I'm afraid it would rip when you're putting stuff in and out of it all the time. So I think for now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one down because I just worry that it'll get ripped. But you definitely could put another piece of paper and then just leave it straight or cut around it. I like fussy cut around it. It's quiet in here this morning for now. Kids are home, but it's morning, so they're either asleep or my daughter's downstairs, but they're not moving quick, I'll just say that. That's kind of a lot, but we'll see how it goes here. I could have used a glue stick, I guess. It's just always tricky with these super lacy kind of pieces, how to get them to glue down. I'm going to use that paper towel again. Just kind of dab a dry piece here. There, that's just a pretty lacy thing to add, I think. Looks pretty. And it goes well with this green in here too. Alright, there's that one. Put this one back here. I think that would kind of be a good spot to tuck that one. Is it dry? Yeah. Dries fast, that's one good thing. I think I'll do 3 sides, and that way whoever gets this one can add what they like in there. If they want more things tucked in. Kind of just think I'm going to put it right in the middle. It's hard not to mess with the glitter, you know. And I did make a little tag to go in there. Just don't pay much mind to my crazy stitching. I don't know what I was doing this morning. You can tell I haven't stitched for a while because I just went right off the side. It's like, Amy, seriously. So that goes right in there, and then hopefully you can kind of see those little girls there. I mean, not a ton, but it's that sort of icy, frosty look. And then I just stitched that piece of trim up there that has a flower. It's a little snowflake-ish. So that's there. And then we have this big one, and I'm not sure where I want to put this. I need to do a little inking to this. Maybe in the middle signature somewhere. I do have this little one. I still need to add a topper to that one. I want it so that this pokes out. Maybe I'll do it in the first one because I didn't add a very thick lace on that one. I could do it right in the middle signature. And then see, I can put it out like this. You could put some, actually if I do it on a plain page, that one won't work. It has to be going that way. So if I do it like this, and I stick this tab off, then you open it and you could still write right here, which would be kind of fun. If I go all the way to the edge, that won't stick out enough, so we're going to come kind of, I know that's kind of a wasted space part, but I think it'll be fine. So let's do some inking on that. So when it cuts out of the die, it just looks like that, all flat, and then you can fold it. And if you use double-sided paper, which I would suggest because you're going to see, you know, parts of both sides of the paper, then, you know, you can get a, this is Tim Holtz, I'm sure you could tell, but memorandum. I'll go ahead and set an eyelet in this. And it does seem crooked, but it's because I cut it on the paper not completely straight, so that was me. So you may be going, oh, I'm getting like sidewaysness, but it's just because I cut it weird. And we're not going to see inside of there because I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. But we will see this side of this, and I kind of like these holes, even though it's a little weird. I like it. And then see, you can write on this side of this as well, so that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, so I can't do a pocket inside of there, huh? Durr. well, I can use that somewhere else. It would make a cool pocket somewhere else too. So, because that has to get glued down to become a pocket. I mean, there's ways you could do it. You could cover the back of this, but I'm not going to do that today. This is a really fun little pocket flip though. If, you know, you're not looking to make it into a whole little mini journal. Okay, so let's put glue on this part. We need to figure out exactly where we're going to have this tab hanging off, which is about right there, I think is good. So I need to get it on the page right. So that flops open like that. And that stays down. And I did cut a tag, but we need to decorate it a bit. So see, it'll slide right down in here if you're not totally shaky hands like me. And I'm going to grab a little eyelet right there. Sorry, I grabbed brads instead of eyelets. Okay, so I have those. I gotta grab my tool. So I'll do that later because I don't know where I put my little. I have a little eyelet setter, but I gotta find it. So because I don't have a crocodile. So let's work on doing this instead. Get it decorated. I didn't think of getting that out before I started this. So you know how that goes. Okay, I've got bits and pieces of things here. I found these old, this was from scrapbooking days, but I thought if I inked them, they're sort of fun with the stitching on there, because it's so icy blue looking. So I could put that one on there. And then it would be fun to have something else from Denise's kit, like one of the circles or a stamp. Birdies are cute. I could do something with that. I've got a little music, and that guy's kind of cool with the snow all over him. He's looking very dapper. Oh, she's adorable too. That's from oh my goodness, Dreams Etc. Sorry, too many names of things. Snowflake's kind of cool. So let's see what we can come up with here. We definitely need to ink this blue because it's just not working for me. I think it's the edges aren't working for me either because they're so straight and square. So yeah, these are super fun dies. I am amazed at how well they just work great, and they're a nice thickness. They're not, you know, some of them are like flimsy and you're scared you're going to break it when you run it through the Big Shot, but these dies for these are super nice. No worries at all. Yeah, my mother-in-law got me the scoreboard, and my sister got me a cool new arm for my camera, so hopefully that'll be coming up, and then I won't have to use a tripod at all. So that will be cool if I can get it to work. Right? I probably should do it on that other side because this side you could write on, but I like the way that looks more on this side, so that's what I'm going with. Tim Holtz paper. And this is, like I said, I just found it in my stash. I don't even have any idea. It's from way back. I was doing some cleaning out. I put a bunch of stuff in those little tiny drawers like I just had pulled out with the eyelets in it. And stuff like that. So found some random weirdness. Even do a little crease in it or two. Just so it doesn't look as fabulously new as it did. Okay. Music. Yeah, that would look cute up at the top, so maybe we'll just do that. That's one of her little tabs. I shrunk a lot of my stuff down to put in this mini journal. Some of it's still full size, but some of it's shrunk, so I think I like her better. He's a little bit, he actually wouldn't look bad. I still think I like her though. She's just adorable. She's just adorable. Let me see if I can find a tiny stamp, because that would be fun. You just made me jump out of my skin, Theron. He opened the door and it made me jump. That's funny. Alright, so something like that will work. Or it might be fun to have the old guy, now that I'm looking at this, with the lady stamp. Let me see. What did I put in? Well, now I can't find him, so I guess I'll just go with that. It's fine. Okay. And I'm going to put this over here, ink it just a bit. Yeah, I think I need a guy. I just do. Change my mind 100 times. Oh, brother. Seriously. Threw it right in here. You'd think it would just be right there, but no. Ice skater. Well, where did it go? There he is. Or no, that's a different one, but that one will work. He's got a big furry coat on. That's even better. All right. Okay, so let's put those on. I'll ink this a little while I'm at it. And then I can just put that at the top. Be fabulous. Okay. glitter and everything everywhere. And this, I'm going to put liquid glue because I'm going to do something. I'm going to squish it a little. Couple wrinkles in there. Here, snowflake I might do kind of off there, and then the little stamp. Scoot over a little. I might go ahead and do a little piece of this because it still kind of needs something. I could have ripped it, but I didn't want to mess it all up. I just want a piece. Okay, I'm just ripping it. Just ripping it. This was the other one that I got from In Love Arts and Crafts last time. There was the one that kind of looked like chimney, and then this one with the circles. Just gonna do our best to patch it together here. Just adds to it, I guess. That one I'm gonna take off. Try not to destroy this one when I take it off. It's the only problem when you use thin paper like that. Circle thing was cut out a book page, so that was kind of like just asking to have a problem, and this is super thin paper too. Shouldn't have stuck it on so hard. Okay. Mess up the snowflake entirely. Alright, let's get some glue on him. We're going to use liquid glue so he stays. Kind of wanted to tuck that under a little, so let me get that on. And these little stamps are in Denise's Digi. And her Digi is called Winter's Whisper. And I'll link her below too. So. And the little tabs are in there as well. They're nice tag toppers, or tabs for your pages. Tops of journaling cards, or the side, or whatever, depending on how you have it coming out of your pocket. And then I'm going to stitch around this. But that's good for now. It can slide down in there. So that works. It worked, yay. Let's do this one. Find a spot any further. Bless you, Thorn. There. That's the blue. I was looking for something with a little more green. I don't think I want it that direction. had another spot where I left it. I guess that's, I think I'll do it this way and put it there for a little tuck spot. I need to ink that. What are we at? 46 minutes. I won't be able to use that big frame in here because it just won't fit, so I'll use that on something else. Upside down, sideways, and backwards here. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this on 3 sides. And be careful right here. Those little spots didn't come out. Oops. Helps if you put it on straight. Getting this on is going to be interesting too, but I think I want to use this because I don't like, when I do put down the glue stick, it dries, but it still leaves a little bit of a shiny spot, and I don't love that. So this is a little more tedious, but I like how it looks better in the end. So yeah, I just cut that down to fit in here because it was a little longer than this particular journal. So, but see, this little latticey thing would be super fun all by itself. Well, and so would the other thing on the edge of the page or whatever you wanted to do. That would look nice as well. I think I have a tag done in here, if I can find it. It might be too big, but let's see. I backed it already. I think it'll fit in there. I'm just gonna kind of do that a little, and then I'll let it dry, not in there. So that'll go in there. And I think we can add this little icy thing, like as a little writing spot. So let's find a page like the music paper, maybe. I could cut this down to fit in there too. Maybe that's what I'll do, yeah. So much for the writing spot, right? You always gotta decorate. It's like you shouldn't have non-journalers making journals because cover up all the writing spots. But it didn't have one in the first place, so. And these birds I got at New York Public Library, so they're not in her digi, but you know, you can find very similar things different places. Probably too skinny. It's a pretty skinny little spot there though. Oh yeah, that'll work. I just need to take a tiny bit off the top. Tiny, tiny. I was going to throw that in where the roller goes, the garbage. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. So yep, think about all your little die cuts. I know we all forget about that stuff, but they are lots of fun and they do add a lot to a journal. And if you don't have any and you like some of these, I will link inloveartshop.com. That's all it is inloveartshop.com below, with some links so that you can, get to the items that I have used. Okay, let's put glue stick on this. It's like glue strings. There's a little glitter on there because there's going to be glitter everywhere. And you could, glitter around that too. It would be cute, but I think I'm going to leave it the way. Oh, why did I do that? I'm going to leave it the way it is. And I'm going to glue it because having a tuck spot with all these little icy bits probably wouldn't work super great. So. Right. Just a pretty little embellishment there. Alright, so I'll figure out something to do with the lattice piece, and then I do have a piece of Denise's snippet roll. I think we'll just put it right there. And it'll be a pocket. I could put a little something in there. I might have another tag done. And then I will let you guys go. I hope you have a fun day of crafting if you got some new toys, or fun day with your families. My poor husband had to go to work, so we didn't get to hang out again today, but it was good hanging out with everybody yesterday. Let's see. I might not have another, I'll have to make another tag, but that'll be a fun little pocket right there. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry though, because we don't want it to lift up. And that's one of Denise's snippet rolls. So anyways, that was a fun little project. So don't forget, inloveartshop.com. I hope you have an awesome day, and we'll chat later. Bye-bye now.